For those of you that don't know me, I'm Brandy Miller, one of the simulation faculty here at GRCC and also a Nursing 115 instructor. For your medication administration skills evaluation, you'll be using SimChart to access your electronic medication administration record, or EMAR. In this video, I'm going to show you how to access a couple of EMARs that you can use in lab to practice for your skills evaluation. By now, you've already accessed your Clinical Essentials videos through the Evolve website. You'll also be accessing SimChart through this same portal. If you purchased your book bundle from the GRCC bookstore, you should have received a SimChart Access code in your book bundle. If you purchased your books elsewhere, you'll need to purchase a SimChart Access code directly from Elsevier, which you can do on their website. If you're in the ADN program, be sure you purchase a 2-year code, and if you're in the LPN program, you only need the 1-year code. After you found your access code, you activate it the same way you activated your codes to access the skills videos. Once your code is active, you'll have a SimChart link on your main menu when you log into Evolve. I'm going to log in right now. I would recommend that you not allow your browser to remember your password and username for Evolve, because you will need to know this information throughout the nursing program to access SimChart during simulation. Your menu probably looks a little different than mine, but you should find a SimChart link if you scroll down far enough. It might not say ADN, especially if you're in the PN program, and the year and date might be different, but you should have a SimChart link. Once you find it, click on that link to open the program. As you enter the program, you'll notice a menu on the left side of the screen. The first thing you want to do is click on Student Resources and Getting Started so you can watch the student orientation. And that student orientation video is right there. You might also want to explore this area because there are several resources available to you if you want help using SimChart. After you've watched the orientation, you can go ahead and close this Student Resources folder. Now we're going to find our practice EMARs. In the menu on the left, you want to click on the Simulations folder and open up the Nursing 115 folder. In here, you'll see 2 practice MARs. You can use both MARs to practice in the lab, but you can only physically open the medications for your assigned MAR. If you're in a Monday-Wednesday group, you can open the medications for MAR 1, and if you're in a Tuesday-Thursday group, you can open up the medications for MAR 2. What that means is you can still use the other MAR to practice and set up meds, but you can only physically open the medication packages for your assigned MAR. We do this to manage supplies and help keep your lab fees down. To access the MARs, click on the one you want and then click Access Simulation. If your pop-up blocker's on, you might have to click to allow it to open up in a new window. From here, you can either start the pre-simulation, which will allow you to see the MAR, or you can start simulation. Note that once you start the simulation, you have to complete the whole thing in one session. You won't be able to access it again later if you log out. So if you're not ready to practice yet and you just want to see the MAR, make sure you click Start Pre-Simulation. You can then click on MAR under the MAR tab to see the medications. When you're done reviewing the information, you can either exit by clicking Log Out, Or you can click Simulation Information in the upper right-hand corner to go back to the menu we were just at. Once you're ready to actually practice, then you can click Start Simulation. You'll need to answer OK to confirm that you actually are ready to practice. Each MAR has 2 different phases, so 2 different practice sessions. However, once you open up a MAR and start working on it, you have to complete both phases in one session. You won't be able to access it again later if you log out. Read the instructions on the screen, and when you're ready, click Continue with Phase 1. Access the MAR the same way you did before and begin your medication administration practice. Notice that you're working in SimChart time, and that's up here at the top of the screen. It's Monday at 0800 and not real chart time. So when you're charting your medications, you'll want to use the clock in SimChart to chart your time. Otherwise, you might get an error message. To chart that you've given a med, you're going to click on the green dot on the right-hand side and then fill out the information. Now, I am filling out medication administration for a tablet, but if this were an injection, I would want to make sure I noted in the comment box where I injected it. So it's 8 in the morning, and if this was an injection, I would put wherever I injected it, and then my initials. When you're done charting the information, you click Save to save that charting. Once you're done practicing in Phase 1, so you've given all of the medications that are due in Phase 1, you can click on the Simulation Information tab again to complete this phase. After you've completed Phase 1, you can continue with Phase 2, which gives you another MAR to practice with different medications that are due. After you're done with Phase 2, you can click on that Simulation Information tab and click Complete and Submit to finish your practice. In summary, remember you can use both MARs to practice, but you can only open the medication packages for your assigned MAR. So that was number 1 for the Monday-Wednesday groups and number 2 for the Tuesday-Thursday students. Also, you can access the pre-simulation area as many times as you want, but once you start the simulation, you must complete both phases in one setting, as you won't be able to access it again after you log out. If you have any questions about using your practice MAR, be sure to ask your instructor.